Yo, 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 world. We're gonna have a slightly muted stream. Oh, wait, no, we're not. We're gonna go fight a boss! Bam! Welcome to Sagas of the Shimmering Sea, the Hidden Tomb of Akarut. Here's my lovely cast. They're so amazing. They're so much fun. We have a grand old time with them. And one of them is in a very stressful situation with their character right now. And, that is a thing. That's a thing that's going on. So, for those of you who weren't here last time and are playing catch up, one of our very smart characters is named Tis. And they decided that after pissing off the angry blood mage specialist named Adius, they would go and chat with the angry blood mage specialist named Adius. And from that position, they would make some requests of Adius. And Adius, the blood mage, thought, hey, look at this. Someone here in front of me who has no friends to back them up. I could take this person over. And took this person over, causing Tis to become blood-bended and blood-controlled by the evil Adius. So, let's think about where the party is and how they're going to respond to this. I think you were not the only one on the surface, but I also don't think everyone was on the surface. Is that correct?
Yeah, Celia wasn't on the surface.
Celia wasn't on the surface, so I think it was just you and Zerial, yeah?
I don't even know. Oh, I mean, Jack, you can tell us.
Zerial, where were you?
I think I was probably ahead of that. Like, I have genuinely no clue, but I'm assuming I would follow after. That's where
I think we were actually. I think because we ended with 3 individual scenes, and your individual scene was with the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I think you're down in the temple.
That's fair.
Nobody knows.
And Celia, where were you?
I was in the Temple of the Six, having just wrapped up a very long learning session with my very strange puppet of a shaman who killed Mochi.
Yes.
Who I should probably kill now.
Yeah, we brought the shaman back to blood life, sort of half-life.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what we're calling these things. Your thrall? We're gonna call him your thrall. Okay.
Okay.
So you've turned the shaman into your thrall, and that's where you are. Lyra, how do you feel about the fact that the shaman is back to life but completely under Celia's control? This is new information for Ozma, by the way, but not, Lyra,
just
how are you
found
feeling?
out now. Why?
Sorry. Well, we wanted to bring him back to life to...
Why?
You know how Zerial has this jar that he needs to kill someone who's of a high faith? We thought that the shaman would fit, so we brought him back to life with the spell that I've just learned, and then found out that he was actually a servant of the other one, and we probably shouldn't kill a servant of the other one and then give his soul to the other one again. So then we just had this thrall and we didn't know what to do with him. So I thought, well, I might as well make the most of this, considering I've had to use a 7th level spell and I learned all of his spells. So now I have some very strange spells, basically.
Way to make lemonade out of lemons. I feel like we should get rid of him.
Sorry,
He
what?
turns evil.
Oh, that's right. We also
You
leveled
should
up,
say-
everyone. I totally
I should
forgot about that. We also leveled up. Did everyone level up?
Yeah.
We did do that, yeah.
Well, everyone. Let's see, Marcus. Did you level up Tis too?
Yeah, Tis got Undying Sentinel. Another 5 points of Lay on Hands, of course, but the major thing was Undying Sentinel. So whenever they die now, yeah. So whenever they die now, or rather drop to 0 now, they pop up to 1.
Nice. That's so cool.
Yeah, when the party has to do that to me.
Interesting. Cool. Like it. That'll be very useful when I, stab Lyra with it. Excellent. Beautiful. Excellent. Jack, what did Zero get?
I got the ability to do something I've been able to do forever. I can teleport.
You can teleport again. Nice. Is that more teleports per day at least? Or per short rest? Nope. You already could teleport, now you can still teleport. And sometimes when you multi-class or use a phase step or whatever you got for your whatever, sometimes abilities end up overlapping a little bit. It happens. It's not cool, but it happens. Oh well. Celia, you got a bizarrely large list of spells, as well as 2
So
new
many.
spells. What else did you get?
Yeah, okay. I got Power Word Bleed, which is the coolest and also most horrifying blood magic spell ever, which I love.
Horrifying blood magic spell ever. Let me just take. I just want to take a look at it for 1 second, if you don't mind. I want to pull it up. It's
Do you want me to read it out?
Is it 7th? Is it 8th? 8th?
It's 8th.
You can cast
Yeah.
8 level spells now. Okay.
I can.
Would you like to read it out?
You use the cursed power of your magic to command the creature to bleed. If it's under 250 hit points, the creature drops to its knees as every wound it has sustained in the current fight reopens at the same time. The target takes all the damage it has seen in this encounter again as necrotic damage, and it continues to take the same amount of damage every turn until it is unconscious. There's not even a save for this. It just happens.
Yep. If it's under 250 hit points. So there's a risk.
Yeah. But I am so in love with the spell. It's so cool.
Such a high threshold. That's anyone in the party, anyone on the server.
Yes, but not any of your bosses. In fact, none of your bosses. Okay. Fair enough.
I also picked up Mass Bloodbending, which is, again, horrific, but cool.
All good stuff. And did you get anything else besides 2 8th level spells, but only 1 8th level spell slot?
I got another 8th level spell from this thrall that we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
so I've now got 3.
Wow, that's not disturbing at all to me. You've got so much magic. Well, think about what you're preparing today, as always. You've got 20 spells to prepare or something like that, so think about that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Asma, as Lyra. What did you get?
Slippery Mind, so I now have proficiency on Wisdom saving throws.
Ooh.
Wisdom saving throws. And sneak attack changed to 8d6.
Oh my god.
God.
You just do so much damage every turn by default, assuming you hit.
And I gained 4 hit points, so my total is now 71.
Okay, well, I can still kill you in 1 punch. But you can do a lot of damage to me if you survive. Oh man. Okay. Well, that establishes a little bit about how we powered up, but we've still got this very stressful situation of an Adius, who has Tis. So let's figure out how we learn about this situation. Do you guys have like a doorbell or something for like when people want to talk to you down below? In the Temple of the Six? Like if someone from above wants to, like you've blocked off the thing, but do you have a way of finding out if anyone's there?
You're absolutely not that smart.
Okay.
It certainly is not.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, so the 3 of you are down there. Tis just recently said they were going to go upstairs. And they took some people with them. So what's the plan?
I think we'd probably stick to the original plan of finding and killing Adius, so we should meet up with Tis at some point.
I think saying that he's going to the surface would probably think that Tis was either going to go to the guild or they were going to go to Bealdor. So we'd probably check those places first.
Yeah, sounds good to me. So you guys are going to leave the Temple of the Six and start heading up?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So you guys, the 3 of you leave the Temple of the Six and start heading up. And as you leave the Temple of the Six, on the platform before you, there is a person standing there. They're wearing robes. And their
Have we ever seen them before? Oh, okay.
Their face is covered. It's hard to see. They're human-sized though.
Hi.
You are here now.
Yes, we are. Who are you?
My master sends me He proposes a trade.
Right. Who's your master?
Adius.
Brilliant. What does he want to trade for?
You have the remaining needle of blood magic. He has need.
Right. And what does he propose to give us in return?
He will return your Tis to you.
I'm just gonna look at the rest of the people here and be like, again? Okay, by the way, if Tis was actually secretly an evil character, right, he would be such a masterclass in that regard. Like, could you imagine? Because, like, the things that he's done, like, between willingly turning himself over to, like, at this point, an evil guy that we're fighting, um, freeing and releasing a lich, a Tarrasque, like, the man has done more genuine evil than I think an evil character could possibly do on accident.
Like, this just needs to take a rest for a bit, think about where his priorities lie.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a moral conundrum. Okay. Brilliant.
Our holy man of God is now taken to sending them to him personally. Personal delivery.
I think Thalia's first reaction to being told he will return Tis is just like rubbing her forehead and closing her eyes and being like, are you actually kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Okay.
They work. They labor. They are a good worker. The master is willing to trade them, for a simple magical device that you're not even using.
Because it's bad. It is a bad thing.
Then the master will keep the laborer.
Oh, wait a second. I just realized this man is a blood mage acolyte, huh?
Roll a insight check.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, we are able, huh? That's okay.
Where is it? Did I just lose my spot? Yes, I did. Hold on.
16.
16. Am I in the Roll20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great, awesome. Then I have that window open somewhere. I definitely don't have like 30 windows open. Ah, there it is. 16. Awesome. No, this is not a blood mage acolyte. This is a blood slave. This is someone who has been forced into servitude. This is probably exactly what Tis is like.
Right, so we can't even argue with this thing.
Well, I wasn't even thinking argue. I was thinking like kind of making new pet for you, but that's okay. Gotta fight the evil with evil. Yay!
I know the whole idea of like don't shoot the messenger, but also shooting the messenger sends a message, you know?
Well, damn. All right. I was just planning on killing him. I wasn't planning on making it like a whole thing. Like,
this is war now, okay?
I mean, like, okay. That's some Darth Vader levels of extraness, though, I feel. Yeah, he didn't really do anything wrong, so I guess we just leave him.
Yeah, I know. I'm just annoyed at Adius. Can we... There's no good way to make a fake of the needle, is there?
It's hard to make magical objects. It's really, really hard. It's like prohibitively difficult to make magical objects that are fake. It's easier to take a magical object and deny that it's magical than it is to take an object and make it seem as magical in that way.
Okay, so like divination magic relies on seeing the future, but like since the future is like I guess technically ever changing. I would like to believe that if one believes in a future hard enough, a divination wizard might be able to sense that future that they believe in. Like, right, wrong?
Maybe.
Okay. I feel like Zerial heavily believes that there is a 100% chance of a future in which his head is now separated from his body. Not Zerial, Adius. But, like, I just wanted to send the message. Like,
Oh, that's funny.
Go for it.
Like, he could try to read me, but, like, he's going to get that as well.
I find it really funny that your first reaction to being told that your friend has been kidnapped and turned into a blood slave is just standing there trying really hard to think about the guy who kidnapped him being dead. Manifesting.
See, that's step one, though. Like, every good tactician in war knows that fear is the enemy of a proper army. Like,
Okay.
Lyra,
sure.
how do you feel about this this blood slave in front of you?
I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit out of it because I'm still trying to catch up for what really happened last week.
yeah, quite a bit.
I'm just sort of pretending that, you know, I don't actually realize what happened with the Taras. They're just not there anymore.
We're doing this.
Madam?
We didn't really do anything with it. We sort of like talked it into not destroying us, and then left.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So
it's still down there. It's still a problem. We have not solved the trash problem.
We just ignored another problem. Okay, yeah. That's fine.
We're ignoring it and moving up north.
Yeah, okay. That's a good philosophy of life. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll ask Celia, do you have the shaman blood thrall with you?
No.
Okay. So you just left it down there?
I think I've already commanded it to hide.
Yeah. If anyone
yeah. That seems really insecure.
Wait, were you
I mean,
not
your
going
rooms,
to,
people aren't like prone to going into your rooms that often.
Yeah. Okay, it's probably like hiding under the bed or something.
Okay,
unless I had Lyra with me. Did I have Lyra with me?
Yeah.
Can I put this shaman in the hole?
Sure.
I like how we got a scarf that allows us to create a portable hole, and the possibilities for this are endless. We have effectively what is a liminal space where we can do anything with, and we have been using it as a dead body storage.
But fashioning it into like a nice scarf as well.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, the trunk of an old car has the same purposes as this magical item.
I just think, yeah, since we're heading into multiple battle scenarios, having a shaman that can do things on command is like a fairly useful thing to have, and also I don't want to leave him in the room. What if someone walks in?
I mean, fair. Like, hey,
and I kind of don't want to kill him because I feel bad now.
So we're just gonna lock him into an abyss.
Yeah. I don't know. Not this far, okay?
Oh man.
Can the scarf be destroyed, by the way? Like,
probably not. I mean, there's always a chance. There's crazy destruction of powers out there in the universe. There's a sphere of annihilation somewhere.
Ooh.
But I think the other thing too is like you're talking about like the destruction of an entryway into a liminal space, which is effectively just like destroying a wormhole, which I don't think is going to end very peacefully. Like, who knows? Like, I could be completely benign, but
it seems super likely considering how benign so many objects are in this plane. In this play space. So the thrall of Adius looks at you, sort of like waiting for an answer.
Take us to him.
I don't want to do that. What if we have to hurt Tiz? I feel like we should have a backup plan before we do that.
I mean, like, man, my inner fighter spirit is really coming in. Just
Fighter
like,
spirit?
yeah, my fighter spirit is to just like, what backup plan? Go in, punch thing harder, if not dead.
And what does your inner alchemist say?
That is a very good point. Oh. Well, no, because that would make us explode instead. So I was thinking, like, you know how we had the shards of like little things that will it reflected magic that one time, but it's actually like a boost, right? Like I was thinking if we were to inject those into our bloodstream, we could keep him from like, you know, fucking around with it. But then I realized it wasn't a nullifier, it was an accelerant for magic, which would effectively turn us into spaghetti in a blender, I think is the best visual term. Like, so
how did it work? Did we have to like use it as a spell component to make the spell stronger, or what?
That's basically what you did.
Can I have some, please?
Actually, we're still in the thing though. Well, okay. Could I go back really quick and see if I can ask one of the dryads for bark of a soulwood tree?
Oh, you want to head down and ask?
I mean, if we got the time, I'm not quite.
So the thrall's looking at you, like waiting for an answer.
Fuck.
We just pause him for a second.
Yeah.
Is he getting antsy or anything, or are we just?
He's just staring at you.
Okay, I'll just continue staring him down. I'll just stare at him back.
Oh wait, he doesn't have any free will, huh?
No.
Oh, so he wouldn't even like he was sent here with an objective to get an answer. It doesn't matter how long he waits because he's never going to have the free will to do anything. Like,
it's an interesting interpretation. Depends on what his orders were.
True.
Yeah, if his orders included a time limit, then.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. I have. You know what? This might be perhaps bad in the future, but like the box that I have that contains the alchemical supplies is made of soul wood.
True.
But I feel like damaging that may have a negative effect in the future. Like, there is the possibility of making a soulwood dust or something. God knows what effect that would have, but there's the possibility of doing that while damaging the box. The box only has...
I have a question for Matt. Matthew. With my knowledge of bloodbending, which I can't say is that much, considering I know the spell, but I've never actually used it successfully. Do I know whether the blood thralls have their stats like con and intelligence and wisdom, or whether they'd have aliases?
They have their own.
Great. Does anyone know how smart Tis is? Wisdom wise.
12, 12 smart. Oh, wisdom wise.
12 smart.
This is definitively not wise. That is why Tis keeps on walking into evil places.
Walking into evil places and freeing evil monster.
Oh, wisdom is my dump stat. It is 8. The -1 modifier.
I can tell, funnily enough. Yeah. Brilliant. That is useful.
I want to applaud you for your entirely accurate roleplay.
I will. That being said, I will say that paladins inherently are proficient on wisdom saving throws. So even despite it being the dump stat, it is also not as bad as you would hope it was.
The saving throw, at least.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay. The plan was hold person Tiss, and then wrap them in what like rope or something, and just put them in a corner until the fight is over. Because at least then they won't be hurt. But I have a feeling that probably won't be an option. So good to know. Thank you.
Okay, wait a second. No, that's ability checks. Damn it! Every time with Hex, like I'm like, oh wait a second, I could use Hex in a way that like.
No, it doesn't do it. It's really it's most useful. I swear to God, it's most useful to grapple someone.
See, what I was thinking though is like his failures, like because he has to like try to do things or like he rolls or something. I forget like what the exact thing is, but like any disadvantages on that specific thing may help. But
well, I have a thing called Bestow Curse, which would be great if it didn't also use the Wisdom saving throw. Would be brilliant actually, but
I think it's really tough because like without our tank, like it's very difficult to say who goes where, because like the biggest thing is going to be keeping like deciding, because I can definitely do a good bit of damage to Adius, which I guess is the plan, but we need somebody to take the aggro of Tiss and any others.
Well, the thing is, like, usually you guys are kind of taking the
hits, and that's the issue.
Hits
because like
me, so I can do the ranged attacks, but he's going to be focusing on me.
Yeah, and like the issue with it too is like I am the anti-mage, right? Like I'm the person who's, well, I think Lyra probably deals more damage overall, so she may be technically better, but I have like the most gobbledygook related to mage stuff. So I guess we just wing it. We just go and we go for it.
There's no good tactics for this fight, but please try to. I just feel like we need some kind of way to get Tiss out the way. Could we just knock him unconscious?
Are you guys just having this conversation in front of this thrall that's standing there waiting for an answer?
Oh my God.
I mean, if it's not an answer, then he's probably not listening, right?
I mean, why would you presume that?
I feel like a divination. Yeah, he's probably listening. And what? I just say like, fine, take us to him. Like we can't really prepare as much as we have already, right? Like I feel like
before we do go anywhere, because I don't want to use the needle and I don't want it in the vicinity so that he can use the needle. I'm gonna put it. This is such a bad idea. I'm gonna put it in the hole with the shaman thrall.
You're gonna put the needle in the portable hole with the shaman thrall.
Oh,
in front of Adius's thrall.
No, not in front of. Oh,
you guys gotta turn that guy around or something.
Okay, fine. I'll just keep it hidden where it was.
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to clarify.
I keep forgetting this guy's there.
All right, fuck it. Let's just go.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go now. You're gonna just say, "Okay, Thrall, take us to your master."
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a trap. Let's walk right in.
Okay. Fine.
Did you not expect us to do that?
Of course I didn't expect you to do that, but that's because I don't expect you to do anything. I have no expectations.
We have the biggest brain move because if they don't expect us to prepare for them to expect us, then they can't prepare for us to be expected.
But also he's a divination wizard, so he probably does.
Poetry, Jack, poetry. Okay, so the thrall just turns around and starts walking back the way it came, expecting you guys to follow.
Can we just not follow him?
Oh, we gotta follow
He's walking
him.
away now.
Yes, because we gotta. He's leading us to the shaman, or not shaman.
We know where the shaman is.
Adius. Sorry.
We can just leave now, prepare, and then go.
No, we go
in our own
with
time.
them. Why not?
Ugh.
We'll walk
Fine.
right in the front doors. There's nothing can go wrong with that.
Fine. This is such a bad idea, as per usual.
Well, to be fair, at least we can consider my brilliance in the fact that this is a divination wizard, right? So any preparation that we do, he's just going to know about, right? So the best option is to be completely unprepared, because then we're as lost and as confused as he is, because he's not going to expect us to just walk right into his trap. And then we're not going to expect anything because we have no idea what the hell is going on. And he can't know if we don't know.
I have a counterpoint though. If we were prepared, he may know what we've prepared, but he's not going to be able to avoid all of it. It's still going to be helpful.
But I feel like the balance of what can we prepare that he would be unable to counter given enough time. Also, the fact that Tis is now under his control and his powers probably regaining as we speak.
Actually, I want to check something first before we go. Or just walk really slowly. After the guy, after the thrall. Nope, it wouldn't work. Never mind. I wanted to get a message to Sropey. But I have no way of doing that. Oh, Lyra! Could Lyra do that?
Lyra do what?
With her god powers, can she contact a specific person, or does it have to be someone who follows her?
I don't know. She could try.
I can try.
Can I whisper? Can I whisper to Lyra to send a message to Soropi?
I know it worked, I think, last time to Brookazak and I think to Tis, I can't remember, but I had a fondness for them. So I don't know if this would work as well for Soropi. I can try.
Also, they were actually in trouble, whereas now we're the people in trouble.
I just want to remind everyone that Tis officially does follow you on some level, right? Tis has a...
Yeah.
The Eldritch Fly.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So.
I mean, we can give it a go. I don't know if it will work.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to give her the option of coming. She doesn't have to, but it'd be very helpful if she came and helped us.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you reach out and you feel Soropi's mind. What do you say to her?
Pardon? Sorry.
What do you say to her, Lyra?
Oh. That's a good question, because I can't remember the last time I interacted with her other than when we saved her for some reason.
For some reason.
just where are you, I think?
The Temple of the Six.
In what room?
Outside the Temple of the Six, in one of the houses where you put me up to rest and recover.
Would you like the opportunity to help us?
How?
With a bit of...
Sure.
We could really use your skill set.
Of course. What do you need me to do?
Help us to not die.
Okay, that sounds desperate. Where do I go? Who am I helping you against?
Out of the character, does she know that does she have any sort of attachment to Adius still?
She has abject terror of Adius.
Oh, okay. That's my bad. I can't recall.
Yeah. Say like she doesn't have to, but it would be really helpful.
Yeah. We need to take revenge on one of your previous teachers because he's kidnapped our friend. And
is Celia okay?
Aren't forced to... Pardon?
Is Celia okay?
Celia's fine. Celia's okay. Celia is the one who actually brought it up that we could really use your help.
She gets really quiet.
Of course, you don't have to.
I'm not certain if I'm strong enough.
You were taught alongside Celia. I would think that you are just as strong as any one of us.
Not her. She's incredible.
You can learn from her. You can be just as incredible too.
But against Adius?
There'll be a few of us.
What if he still has his hooks in me?
We're there to help you as well. We're not going to let him take you.
Yeah, can you roll a persuasion check for me?
Can I help her by giving her a message to give to Soropi?
Yeah, what would you say?
Well, I don't know what they've been saying before that, but I'll just say, I know it's really scary, and I know that you kind of have mixed feelings about Adius right now, but he's kidnapped my friend and I'm really, really worried about him, and I just think an extra person would really, really help our chances in getting him back. Anything you can do would be so helpful.
So you lay your hand on Lyra, and through Lyra you can feel this connection to Soropi, and you say that to her. Can you roll a persuasion check? I'm very... Okay. I'll come to the surface.
Thank you so much. I promise we won't let anything happen to you.
Okay. And the connection breaks.
Thank you, Lyra.
Okay, you've made that promise. I haven't.
Thank you for helping me contact her.
It's alright. The more we have, the better chance we've got.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, as the thrall is walking up through the tomb and you guys are following, the thrall ends up walking through an encampment. No one seems to stop the thrall. In fact, people tend to give it a wide berth. It is its robe is up, so it doesn't look like anything that disturbing. But its aura is enough to sort of make people a little bit uncomfortable. It's an encampment of the guild.
Hmm.
So we rally an army.
Yeah, if we just yell like Tis is in trouble, come help us. He's been kidnapped.
Do
you think they'd come help?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure plenty of them will.
Do it.
All right. I'm gonna back in, and I'm going to see if I can whisper to one of them as they're out of earshot, right?
Who are you whispering to? Sorry.
Anybody who's there. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
guild, a member of the guild. Got it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna see if I can whisper to them. Say, rally the troops outside of Adius's tent. This is in trouble, but keep it quiet for now.
Guy looks at you and says, "So?"
I mean, it is what it is. So,
I thought you guys liked Tis, but okay.
I think that's like the downside to no effective leadership. Like, it is the principles.
From us.
Hey, Tis is a member of the guild and
Wait,
would do
hold
this for
up.
any member of the guild.
Hold up. This has been stealing from you guys?
For you.
Oh.
Keeping the good loot rather than sharing it.
Right, who said that?
It's what I've heard.
Right, and who said it?
I don't know. It's what people are saying.
What's a lie?
Is it? Looks at your many and numerous powerful magical items that should be divided among the guild.
Never a fan of the whole deal, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Like, hard to change hearts and minds right now, and especially not if the benefits of an absolute tyranny are apparent in this situation.
Can I ask a meta question?
Yeah, go for it.
At some point, Linnea asked me, like what I thought the structure of that should be. Did it end up being they split gold and loot between the guild?
Yeah.
Okay, and that came up not just when it was established, but afterward at some point too, right?
Yeah.
At least one point. Okay.
Yeah. And I think Linnea comes over and looks at you guys and says, "Greetings. How are you all doing?"
Not great at the moment. We're kind of on a bit of a time stretch, but what's up?
Well, okay. How can I help you?
Tis is in trouble. We're about to go rescue him.
Tis is in trouble?
Yes.
They were just here.
Yes. And now he's in trouble.
How? It hasn't been an hour. What? Okay. What's going on? I assume you mean not from the vote. You're talking about something else.
Not from the what?
The vote.
No, not from the vote. I'm not talking about guild things. I'm talking about actual life and death here.
Right. Sorry. I'm trying to get a frame of reference of what we're speaking. You haven't told me anything. Okay,
Sorry,
Celia?
I'm slightly stressed at the moment.
Well, so am I. There's stressful stuff going on. Tis is being never mind. What were you going to say?
Tis has been controlled by someone who wants to kill me and him and possibly the world. And we're only going to get him back if I give the guy a really powerful magic item which may make him unstoppable, so I'm not going to do that.
Good call.
So I don't know what I'm going to do to get Tis back.
So you need help.
Very stressed.
Look, Tiss's name isn't really popular right now at the guild. A lot of people are unhappy with them.
But this isn't this isn't like politics or whatever. This is like actual life and death. So I thought, like, as a member of the guild,
if I
they'd have a
mobilize
bit
the
more.
guild to protect a member that they're unhappy with right now, and they have no say in the matter, then Tis will lose any claim to anything within the guild whatsoever, and so will you, and you guys will be named enemies of the guild that you founded. I don't think that's what you want.
Unfortunately, I may have a solution, but it is a horridly bad one.
It's better than no solution. Go on.
Look. I can help a little. I just can't spread it around. Okay.
Well, I guarantee I can get a quite a lot, because there is. Okay, the biggest issue with unhappiness is where it leads people. And like, I just want to provide historical context for literally any like faction group that has arisen from conflict within an internal society, right? Like, this is quite literally how these things are always founded. And I could technically rally people under their selfish desires to work for me as effective brigands, pirates that get to keep whatever they kill and whatever they find under direct orders from me, and as the captain I divide up the loot.
And
I know you said it was a really bad idea, but I didn't expect that.
How do you think Tis is going to react to it when you do that?
Very poor.
Destroy their guild. No.
Okay, Lenya, I'm really sorry.
Are you going
for snapping at you? No, this isn't a Hubert Songshore thing. This is my old teacher, actually.
Adius?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Look, I've got this one guy. Really skilled. Top of the line. I'll talk
one
to him.
guy will do.
Okay. Wait here 1 second. And she disappears into one of these makeshift tents, and she leaves. And then she returns. And as she returns, she has someone with her. And she walks towards you guys and says, "This is Okaso." And you look, and what do they see?
They see a big cat man. Jaguar-looking tabaxi. That looks very much like an assassin. Like their get-up is pretty much that.
Hi.
They wave silently.
Huh.
Okay, cool.
Unexpected.
Thank you, Lenya, so much for the help. Anything you can do to get on Tiss's side? Because I know this is really not my thing, but Tiss would really appreciate it. Anything you can do.
I mean, I'm trying
politics-wise,
this front.
Not for the help.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect things on this front. You go save them, okay?
Okay.
Another thing, counter argument. If I were to take all of the stupid, unhappy people, that would more than likely be a detriment to the guild anyways. That might actually be a benefit to the guild. if I were to make a pirate brigand.
Give us some degree of legitimacy. If you take
for the loot thing,
people in this guild, then we don't have a guild anymore. We've got 3 people.
For the loot thing, I don't know if this will help, but I'm just gonna give you this anyway because I feel like it's probably overdue, and I'll just give her 3,000 gold.
Every piece helps.
I'm
Okaso,
Yes.
Do what you can for these people. They're strange, weird, powerful, but they're what we're here for. Okay?
Will do.
She nods and she turns and leaves.
Thank you so much for helping us. We gotta go.
You guys emerge from the tomb on the surface. For some of you, it's the first time in several weeks that you've been on the surface. The sun is bright and harsh. And oh my gosh, is it better? Is it cooler in the tomb? I don't know how they have the tomb be air conditioned, but the tomb is definitely cooler than outside. And I think with the introduction of Okaso, we will take our break and bet you back in 10. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sagas of the Shimmering Seas, the Hidden Tomb of Akarut. As always, I like to take a moment here at the top of the second part of the show to encourage anyone who happens to be watching to think about their place in the world and how they can potentially help and or support it. It is difficult to be a person. Being a person is hard. The world is really, 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 really rough in a lot of ways on a lot of people. And I would encourage you very much to think about how you can alleviate some of that suffering. It might be something really small right now, like letting someone off the hook for letting you down, or a kind word or a kind gesture. But anything that you can do is probably helpful on some level, and I would recommend that you do it just to help another person. It's a nice thing to do. Also, we have other shows on this channel. It looks like our Thursday evening show is going to go on hiatus for a little while. We've just got some personal life stuff going on, so that show is going to take a back seat, but it'll be back. But we also have a show on Sundays called The Chosen Few, and they are dealing with all sorts of crazy stuff in Prion right now as well, and sort of figuring out where they want to go from here. I'm hoping the moon, but I don't know where they're going to decide to go. Yeah, that's all the stuff that's going on right now. So come check out some of our other stuff, and back to the show. So there you are, the three of you who are old friends, and Okaso, and I think Seropi shows up at this point too. And so now there's 5 of you. So what's the plan, guys?
Don't die.
Good plan.
Do I rally more troops or no? What do you guys think? Like, we might need it to save Tess, and I hate that.
Might need what, sir?
We might need the extra firepower to help save Tess.
My main problem is that I don't want to hurt Tis. I feel like we need one person to just corral Tis.
We could have multiple people hold him down, actually. In fact, that might be the best situation.
Tis is still wearing that strength bracelet, though.
He is. What do you guys think? Would more people, like, do you think we'll need more people, or are we okay?
No, I just think, I feel like a spell will probably be more helpful because he's, like, Tis is much more likely to
not just
fail
for Tis, but
a wisdom save than a strength save.
Yeah, but Adius, I think, like, specifically, like, the entire fight, do you think we'll need more people, or?
More people, or will they get?
It's only one person. Like, I know Adius is strong. There's only one person against 4, 5.
It's gonna be one person against, like, a whole friggin' army.
You'll both notice that, or rather, everyone who's there would notice that, as you're speaking, Okasa's eyes follow your speaking turns, while otherwise being relatively still.
Sally will turn to Akazo and be like, sorry to ask, but, like, what's your skill set, I guess?
I am a martial artist.
Oh, that's really useful.
And then she also pats a whip that hangs, not spun, but wrapped in a circle around at her side.
Oh, what?
Say again, you cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, say again, you cut out.
Sorry, what was around Akazo's?
Oh, a whip is hanging, like, at her side, wound up, yeah. And then, she also...
I thought you said a snake.
Oh, no. she also retracts her claw, extends her claw, like a sign.
Ooh.
Oh.
I like it. Okay.
I may have a way to kill two birds with one stone, actually. You know what? I think we are going to get more people, and I expect these people to die. Alright, can I find that loudmouth? The motherfucker that we...
Zakir?
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. Like, I am going directly to him with a hefty offer.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's surrounded by a bunch of people and he's laughing, and I think he's like day drunk.
Oh,
You know.
boy, that's perfect.
Get the drunk man.
Yeah, if we fire enough ships, we may clog their cannons with the scrap metal. But yeah, I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna say, "Hey, I have an offer for you. Seems like you might be wanting a little bit more."
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I wasn't listening to a thing that you say.
Oh, well, how about this? I think you'll listen quite intently as long as there's something in it for you.
Oh, an ally of Tis is coming to me with an offer? Everyone, an ally of Tis is coming to me with an offer. They're trying to placate me.
Oh, no, more than placate you. I'm offering you freedom for this.
You're offering me what?
Oh, freedom. My bad. I'm sorry. Like you,
I am free.
Oh, sure. So like the things that you have, they're divided up. That's freedom. Like the things that should be yours that you found and taken and have to give back.
I, unlike some, am happy to split my resources with the guild.
Oh, I can see you're absolutely happy in comparison to me, and I'm gonna flex my extra arms and show off a little bit of my loot, right?
Just because Tis is favoring you and giving you whatever you want.
Giving me? Oh, no. Yeah, I think you are under the wrong interpretation. Who do you think made the belt that Tis wears? Who do you think made these things for myself? These very, very nice things.
Okaso, what are you doing with these blowhards?
Oh, speaking of money, I think that you guys might enjoy being able to take what you keep, but still having the strength of somebody to back you up. Now, you don't have to necessarily leave the guild.
That sounds exactly like our deal under Hubert Songshore.
Yeah, the difference is Hubert Songshore won't be fighting with you. There is a difference.
It's ridiculous to me that you think this will work. This is exactly what we are rebelling against, and you want us to go back to it? You want us to work for you like you're some kind of leader? You're pathetic.
There's a difference between a leader and a captain. One fights with you, and the other tells you what to do.
Is there a difference? Because all I see is someone telling you what to do.
Oh, I'm here to fight with you.
I don't
My
care.
opportunity is for you to join me.
Ooh, you'll fight with us and then decide things for us. No, I'm sorry. Get out of here. We're not interested.
You can take what you keep. You find something, it's yours.
Why would I care? That's exactly where we were. You want to go backwards to the Dark Ages.
Dark Ages? No,
Yeah.
no. This is a small group. You can still be a part of the guild. Give whatever you want to the guild. Become popular within the guild. Famous, even. But my ask is that you work for me on occasion. You'll get rewarded handsomely.
My answer is no. Our answer is no. We don't work for you. No masters.
Not a master. A leader.
Can I say something as like my inner Tis?
Yeah.
It feels so fucked up that Zakir has the execution of Tiss's idea better than Tiss does, and Tiss would be going insane here.
Yeah.
Like truly disconnected from reality. Hearing this.
I mean, this is a real fundamental problem, and it's not your fault, Tiss or Marcus.
Yeah, right. Yes.
It's a real fundamental problem in the fact that, like, D&D is a game where, like, certain people are the protagonists, and that just sort of means that they end up in charge, and that sort of means that certain philosophies can't really flourish from the PCs in the same way. So
it's very apparent, yeah. And Tis didn't catch it.
no, I mean, how could?
Oh, well, I didn't catch it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, how could you? You were new.
I guess I'll just close out with if any of you do decide to take me up on my offer, meet me outside of Adius's tent.
We'll kick you from the guild.
The guild. You think I care about the guild?
Not you. I was talking to them, so they don't. Some people don't see the wisdom of what I offer.
Yeah, they are not involved with me. I think, well, you know, anybody who does choose to be involved with me can choose. So, and they will be rewarded. But I speak for myself, and I speak confidently.
You're not welcome here. That way, I'm going to make it clear that Tis isn't welcome here either.
Acosta chimes in. That's the fifth time you've told somebody that this week. Stuck here, so calm down, okay?
Yeah, I think you have quite the attitude against these people who genuinely seem like they want to help.
I think you're very inclined to trust people who genuinely seem like they want to help, and they feel that the best way to help is to put themselves in charge.
Well, it's because it's true.
Show up and work for a little bit.
I have been.
Work.
Look at all this gilding on my armor, on my arms. You think that this wasn't work for?
I know how to make myself happy and powerful.
You're goddamn right.
Work for a community.
Oh, no. The community can work with me if they want, and then they can gain power. It's a world where the weak survive, and the strong will flourish. And I don't see you flourishing. But then again, other people can choose a different path, or they could stay under you. Because, you know, you seem to be the self-appointed judge of character here, right? And I'm going to motion everybody else. Sorry, it's not self-appointed? So you haven't just been spreading rumors about people? Like, you told them that I was the one who gave Tis everything that he so proudly flaunts that you are jealous of. A gift from a friend. Man, how terrible would it be for a gift from a friend to be judged against so harshly?
If he breaks guild bylaws, he breaks guild bylaws.
Oh. And, you know what?
Here.
Can I roll an investigation check to see if he has anything significantly powerful on him?
Sure. Yeah, he's got a couple magic items. So do most people around here.
Alright. And does everybody?
I would say most.
Okay.
Nothing significant, though. Nothing nearly as powerful as some of the stuff that you guys carry, but most of them seem to have like a +1 weapon or a +1 shield.
Yeah. I'm going to beckon to the people without it. I'm going to say, so you guys have pretty nice equipment and armor. What about those guys?
When we get it, we'll give it to them.
Oh, so they're going to have to fight without it.
Not alone.
Oh, not alone. So you're offering the exact same thing that I would be. The only difference is you'd be gaining more powerful items. And yet, you still believe, like... And keep in mind, who distributes these things? Like, is it a group vote?
The guild does.
Ah, the guild. The ever-powerful entity. And its sacramental wisdom. And you vote for leaders and cycle them out, and I'm assuming you've been leader quite a few times. You're charismatic, and
I haven't been I have been nominated for the upcoming vote. I have never been.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Like, that must be an exceptional honor to finally be in a position of power that you've so clearly wanted.
See, this is what you don't understand. This is why being nominated is not about being elevated to a position of power. It's about entering a position of service. These members of the guild, they are all sovereign citizens. But to be nominated to be a leader, that makes me a public servant. And when my time as leader is done, I will be elevated again to sovereign citizen.
And do you think a sovereign citizen is somebody who's forced to give up their possessions?
I think that they have chosen to do so.
Ah.
Because they believe in the greater good.
Well, my offer is for their own personal future. My offer is for their greater good. My offer here is for you and your friends to join me. And the things that you have will contribute to your future. Directly.
Anyone who wants to go with you can go with you. And he turns and sits down and starts drinking. Tell us that story about the hobgoblin, Greg. And Greg just starts telling a story about a hobgoblin.
Alright, and I'll just tell them to meet us outside Adius's tent if anybody has doubts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you'd like to roll a persuasion roll, you can.
Sure. I'm gonna re-roll that with Tides of Chaos.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like it.
You have to beat his 24.
Okay, wait, does Indomitable work instead? Oh, it's a
no, not saving throws.
Yeah, no. Alright, I'll leave it. Because I gotta save Tides for the fight. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, what a shame. I was hoping for backup.
Can Akasa step out of the view of the party for a moment? Okay, she does.
Mm-hmm.
And then she comes back and she's wearing a different outfit. It still looks like an assassin's outfit, but it's more conspicuous. No, wait, it's inconspicuous. I forget which is which. It's less noticeable.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
As we pass out of the eyesight of Zakir and his friends, I'm just gonna jump and whack Zerial on the back of the head.
Hey, it was worth a try. We need all the help we can get to save Tess.
Don't undo Tiss's authority. I mean, clearly there's some stuff going on. That's Tiss's responsibility. Don't undermine him.
Although I think the hatred is more so, unfortunately, designated actually at Tiss. Like, my initial read may have not been entirely accurate. So.
Of Tiss? Out of characters, obviously?
Yeah, well, I think so, because, like, the offer of, like, quite literally a better lifestyle, right?
We're offering a better lifestyle. I think that Zerial thinks that you're offering a better lifestyle, but this was a group of people who were quite happy, and you were like, "You're unhappy. Come work for me."
Yeah,
like,
well, that's exactly it.
They weren't unhappy. They were like,
yeah,
they just don't like Tiss.
Better than they used to be.
Oh, absolutely. See, they're quite happy, but they don't like Tiss because that's the kicker, right? Because otherwise, they would either be one of two things, right? Like, they either dislike Tiss for whatever reason, right? Or they dislike the situation that they're in and they're blaming it on Tiss, right?
They're quite happy with the situation they're in. They think that Tiss has been stealing from them.
Yeah. So
from their perspective, Tiss has been stealing from them.
From a leadership position, or in one.
Yeah.
Because that's true, effectively.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna glare at Zerial and march onward to our new member, Akazo.
Are we getting started then?
Yeah, we are. Just thanks for helping us.
Well, I'm being paid for this. It's not a favor, but you're welcome nonetheless.
You're still being helpful. Not a lot of people want to help us right now.
That being said, I need to know a few things. Who uses weapons? Who uses magic?
I do. I use magic.
Okaso kind of scans the rest of the group, kind of like eyeballing people, expecting an answer.
We all use magic to an extent.
Evil creepy blood witch, sparkly demigod, and slashy dumb boy. And I think that's the easiest and fastest explanation.
Excellent.
Is that a problem?
You. No, not at all. Just something I need to know. How many targets do we have?
Just the one, and one who will be hurting us, but is on our side, really.
The most I got from Lenny was that he is a goblin and a wizard.
Don't kill the lizard folk. Leave him alive, preferably.
I presume this is.
Why?
Oh, sorry. You don't want the lizard folk alive? No worries. Like, yeah, no, absolutely. Brutally murdered lizard folk in cold blood, and I have this jar.
Oh, I thought you said the wizard.
No.
Wizard folk.
I was like, why are you leaving him alive?
Yeah, no. Keep the lizard alive. Decapitate the goblin, and that's the goal. Honestly.
Well, just kill him any means necessary. It doesn't have to be decapitation, specifically.
I would genuinely appreciate. You know what? How much gold do I have? I will throw in a gosh darn bonus. I have 700 gold for anybody who manages to decapitate him as the killing blow.
I am going to actively try to do anything but decapitation now.
You want that?
Yeah. 100%.
I usually take half up front.
I mean, you can have it once you complete it.
So. That's distinctly not up front.
I wholeheartedly agree. See, I think there's a distinct difference too, in and of the fact that this is requiring you to kill him before me, and I have far more faith in my own abilities.
Okaso smiles for the first time during this whole conversation, and pats Serial on the back once.
And I'm gonna smile back. I love this guy.
Can I roll strength for that, or like can I apply my passive strength?
Yeah.
Would that be 10 plus the mod?
Yeah.
2 sheets up. 14. 10 plus 4.
Mm-hmm. So you feel Okaso feels quite strong.
Oh, I'm proud.
Beautiful. So let's get to it. So you guys make your way over to Adius's portion of the area, and the thrall has disappeared. But Tis is sort of standing there, staring vacantly into space.
Hi, Tis. You ready to go?
No response. Then suddenly, their head turns and they look at you, Celia. And they speak to you. And they say, "Do you have the needle?"
Wouldn't you like to know?
The master asks for it.
The master? That goblin is not your master.
I have the needle right here.
Tis looks at you expectantly.
I'm gonna walk up to Tis, and then I'm going to see if I can put the very special anti-conjuration magic manacles on him as he reaches out to collect.
I love it. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So this is a deception test, and then a dexterity saving throw. So let's see the deception test first.
please. All right, I'm gonna re-roll that. Tides of Chaos.
Can I help him lie by
How do
being
you
like,
help?
no, don't do that?
I rolled badly. Tides of Chaos.
All right. Let's see. Deception. Oh my god. Barely.
And
Alright.
yeah, let's roll that wild magic table.
Oh boy. Something strange.
It'd
Something
be really
wild.
fun if you just had an anti-magic field around you now.
Oh hell yeah.
That'd be amazing. I would totally be down with that. Let's see, 3618, is that what we got?
Yep.
It'd be so upsetting.
Just walk
It'd
through
be
the
awesome.
The
encounter
anti-magic
with-
field, yeah.
Yeah, just walk through the encounter like nothing else because I actually have weapons this time. So like,
You'd be doing half. You'd be doing half of what Okasa's built to do.
This is not horrible. You lose the ability to smell for 1
I
hour.
lose the ability to what?
Smell for 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So I've literally had that IRL for half of my life. So I
You've
think-
caught COVID. Mwahaha. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, cool.
That's hilarious.
And then it was Dex.
Yeah, and then a dex saving throw.
I'm gonna use Indaba. I really want this to work out.
Okay, let's see how we do over here. Sorry, dude.
That is poetic.
I can't use Indaba twice, can I?
No, not on the same roll.
Yeah.
He is near Tis? Is that
Yeah.
anything?
So you successfully deceive them. This is what you're going to do. And then try to put them on Tis, and Tis just sort of reflexively flexes and pulls aside, and Adius steps out of the tent behind.
Does Okasa recognize him?
How would Okasa recognize him?
Goblin wizard.
Yes, absolutely. She
She
looks like a goblin wizard.
she sprints at him.
Okay, let's roll initiative. I think that's the thing to do. And before we do, hold on 1 second. There we go. Now let's roll initiative.
Should
Yeah.
Before you roll.
Oh, heck yeah. Should I attempt to keep putting the manacles on Tis, or should I just go for Adius?
No, the manacles are a good idea.
They are a very good idea.
Although that doesn't actually mean that they can't do anything to hurt us. Just
Yeah.
that they can't use magic. Which I suppose Tis doesn't have much, like, scary magic anyway. So,
It's not the worst thing, still.
I feel like the
I mean, it's
actual
helpful, but
physical-
it's not, like,
Yeah, the restraint
groundbreaking.
on the manacles would be the best thing.
You'd also be
Mm.
eliminating somatic spells too. I don't know how many of mine are, but also I don't know how true that is.
You're a paladin, which makes you have a lot less somatic spells. You've got a lot of herbal spells.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Stick a sock in his mouth!
That too, yeah.
I think another. Oh, you know it would be. Oh fuck! All right, you know what I should have done instead?
Stick a sock in his mouth?
Yeah, no. Actually, could I see? Does he have, like, just with my passive perception? Does he have the bracelet?
Tis? Yeah.
Oh,
You should have taken the bracelet.
that's what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because that A powers him down, and then B, when I slap
Powers
that
you up.
monstrosity
Ooh,
on
yeah.
myself, because keep in mind that
Well,
sets
it's
you to
attunement.
like.
Let's not forget that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what is
I'm
it
going
like?
to attune shortly, but which is possible. There's a couple of them around.
What's the
No,
thing
it's
without
step down.
attunement? Like, what does it do without attunement?
What does it do without attunement?
Oh.
Nothing. Looks pretty.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay. Let's do this thing. Celia. You get to react first.
Hello. I am going to immediately go ham and Adius.
Yeah, do it.
Ooh, what spell to use? There's so many. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Tis.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
18.
Okay. Wisdom save, right? Cool. And +4, so that puts him at 17. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to use my 10 and make it an 18, giving me a save.
Aww. Okay.
That's your
Fine,
turn?
he's used one of the 3. Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind one of the tents so that I'm not in clear, direct view of Adius. Or in range.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah. Why don't you move there?
Yeah, I keep forgetting I can do that. Yeah.
That's a little far. I don't think you've got that much. I think you get there. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Adius is going to use a legendary action and point a finger at Zero. Zero. 28 to hit.
Okay, that unfortunately does hit, but it's a legendary action, not a spell? Question?
It is a cantrip. It is a legendary action cantrip.
Oh. Wait, so does that, just for clarification, right? Does that mean he is using a legendary action to cast a normal cantrip?
Yes.
Or this is, okay. Fuck, what type of what the hell? what type of cantrip could he be casting at me that he would, like, desperately want so badly that he uses a legendary action to do? I'm trying to think of whether or not I counterspell it.
You should feel free to do so if you want.
You probably
wait, my next turn is like, yeah, no, I'm definitely counterspelling it because my next turn is like literally next turn. So like, okay. I get back my reaction.
Spend that 3rd level spell slot to counterspell the cantrip. I'm okay with that.
What was it, for clarity's sake, if possible? Like, if not, it's okay.
Roll in Arcana check.
Okay. 15.
It was just a chill touch. Zero, it's your turn.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to... Okay, do I take the bracelet off or try to continue to put him in handcuffs?
Bracelet.
Bracelet, alright. Yeah, I'll see if I can use all 4 of my arms to disengage Tiss's bracelet.
All 4?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll allow an athletics. I'll allow a contested athletics check.
Okay.
Uh, 27.
It's highly unfortunate.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that makes it my turn. Yeah, let's attack you. Uh-oh, I feel my internet going down in quality. Let's 33 to hit.
I do believe that hits.
Oh no.
That's gonna be 22 piercing damage, and I'm gonna add to that. I'm gonna add a divine smite.
Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Hold on, let me organize spell slots so they're correct. Cool, awesome. You're not undead though, right?
No.
Okay. So I think that's just. Wait. Shoot, I have to look something up on the rules.
Is Tiss cognizant? Is Tiss having to watch this happen?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Just to be painful. Yes. Okay. If you strike a creature with a... Okay, cool. So that's going to be... so if I spend a 4th level spell slot, it starts with 3 plus 3 more, so that's going to be 68. And then 29 more damage on top of that. So it's going to be a total of 51 points of damage.
Yeah.
And let's attack you again.
Boy.
25 to hit.
What was the previous one? 33. So there's no way I could block that, but I could shield. Let's see how much. +5. Instead, defensive duelist is the option. I am going to use defensive duelist.
Okay, does that block it?
Yes.
Also, or does it a chance to block it, or does it block it?
It just straight up blocks it. It's +4 to my AC whenever it's a melee attack.
Okay.
So, and I just realized as well, I need to roll on the wild table for the counter spell.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay, the top one is the D20.
Okay, the bottom one is the D100?
Yeah.
So 4 on the D100?
Yep.
And you've used your Surge Day, right?
The Tides of Chaos.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's kind of bad for you, but also not so bad for you. Every creature that's within 30 feet of you, let's do a quick count. Celia, Tis, Adius, are the 3 people back there within 30 feet? Nope, nope, and nope. Cool. Zero, can you roll 1d10?
Oh boy.
You hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you back.
That's a 3.
So Celia, Tis, and Adius are each going to take 3 necrotic damage, and you are going to gain 9 health.
Oh, very nice.
Hey, you know what? I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
Just blood magic.
That's 9 temporary hit points.
No, it's just recovered health.
Necromancy.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Back up to full then.
Yep. Okay. And let's see. That's Tiss's turn, and your wild magic, and yeah, that makes it Lyra. Sorry about that.
That's fine. I think it really fits the mood in this.
Atmosphere.
Yeah. Can I move so that I'm within range to hit Adius with a short bow? I think the range on this is 6 feet. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
can I move within that range? I'm not sure.
You are currently 60 feet away, so.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Then I will use one of the +3 to hit and +3 to damage arrows.
Nice.
And try and attack him from here.
Okay, let's see what that gets you.
+11 the 14.
You ignore that bit.
I am so glad to have you back.
Okay. Sorry. So I have to, so this is just a normal shot. You didn't aim or anything like that beforehand.
No.
Okay. But this does not include the +3, so that puts it at 17. Awesome. Yeah, that does not hit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can I use the bonus action to sort of hide behind this? I don't know what it is. I can't.
Sure, feel free. Do you want to roll a stealth check?
Yeah. +15. I shouldn't be. Wow. Okay.
You know what I think?
Twice below 5.
What's my
Twice?
passive perception? 22. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. No, you do not successfully hide.
No. I
On
shouldn't
the other
be able
hand,
to.
before it is Okaso's turn, I am going to use another legendary action. And you know that arrow was really close to me, so I'm gonna legendary action right back at you, Lyra. Which is a real mistake, but that's okay. 22 to hit, Lyra.
Yeah.
24 points of necrotic damage, Lyra.
Wonderful.
And Okaso, that makes it your turn.
Okay. With weapons with reach, do they like? Is it like ranged weapons where if they're too close, it doesn't work?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't think I realized that. Okay. I'm going to use, or rather, via the use of my, I'm going to be very. If I get the right. Okay, moving right here behind Adius.
Nice.
So she lowers to all fours and sprints across the sand. You're right behind him. She's going to activate her rage immediately, bonus act. And then she's going to use Okay, yeah. When she activates her rage, like outside of the battle, she's been very reserved and or not reserved, pretty quiet, like very level tone. And when she activates her rage, she roars into the night or into the day, whatever time of day.
Yeah.
And it's almost alarming how personality otherwise. Yeah, so she activates rage, and then she's going to effectively cast silence.
Oh, interesting.
So she's going to use two. Yeah, she's going to use 2 key points to mimic the effects of silence. Exactly.
Okay. What's the radius on silence?
I am checking now, and then I also need to roll something for my.
Oh, that's why you asked about magic.
You also have a wild magic surge. Oh no, this is a barbarian wild.
Yeah.
Cool.
I will have to check in a moment. I'm still looking at silence. Okay, yeah. So 20-foot radius.
Okay. And circle, and we will see. And let's change it to silence. Feels gray to me. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
There we go.
By the way, who has the hourglass?
Last I checked, I think it's Celia, but I'm not certain.
Sorry, the hourglass. Oh.
Yeah.
The hourglass. I thought it was Zuriel. No, we took it away from Zuriel.
Yeah, I think you took it away from Zuriel. Okaso, what's your wild search?
Oh, okay. This is excellent, actually. So everything vines grow from me, and then everything within 15 feet is difficult.
Excellent. Well, that did not work out well for me. Cool. And right before my turn, too.
Sorry, is the silence? Is the middle of the circle Akaso or Adius?
Yes. Okaso.
Okay, right, cool.
Well, I definitely did not know you could do that, and so definitely made a mistake. But on the other hand, that's exact. Adius doesn't know Okaso, so that makes perfect sense. So I am glad about that. Let's see, what's Adius gonna do? You have not damaged him yet, but he's gonna spin around, and his finger nails, which are red, will extend past his fingers. As you see that there is sort of a liquid form that he can freeze and turn quite hard of blood, and he is going to scratch you. Let's see if he can hit. 16.
No.
Okay. Second attempt. 29.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do this bit by bit because I've never used this ability before, but we're gonna start with that's gonna be 10 slashing damage, followed by 7 cold damage, and then a Constitution saving throw. The slashing damage is not magical, by the way, so if you are raging, that's halved. So that would be whatever. And then a high con save means that you are not paralyzed, which is unfortunate for me.
The slashing was the 10, right?
Yes, the slashing was the 10, so that'll be 5. The 7 was cold, so it'll be a total of 12.
Okay, thank you for.
No worries. And then you succeed your con save, which, I predicted, but Adius did not. And Adius will use that as an excuse to try and walk away, but I'm assuming you have some sort of bull to prevent me from walking away.
Absolutely, yes. So on top of the difficult terrain, I am wondering if I can grapple as a lack of opportunity. That's
oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've never until just now.
Let me check.
That feels like a feat. That feels like a feat or something when you attack on your.
You cannot.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then as soon as he leaves my reach, I'm gonna freaking whip him.
Yeah, you need to take the ready action. Okay, cool. Go. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna whip his backside.
Okay, 10, 20. Cool. Whip it.
Oh, 23. Yeah. Just said the number. Okay, 11 slashing and 6 force.
Ouch.
When Okaso whips, she whips so freaking hard that the impact hits them first, and then a shockwave of like force immediately whips them again.
I love it. All right, so I was here 10, 20, 30, and 40.
Oh, could I use a Battlemaster maneuver? For bringing an attack
yeah, you can use Battlemaster move on reaction.
Okay. Sorry, you were saying, Jack?
Does difficult terrain change things?
Yeah, I'd have my speed.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit, you have 60 move speed. Yeah.
I have 40 move speed. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, these are 5-foot squares, not 10.
Oh.
Yeah, are you using a Battlemaster maneuver?
Is he holding anything?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna use so when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can expend a superiority die. I'll do that to attempt to knock the target down.
That'll prevent me from getting out.
And then I also have a die. He has a save though. It's a strength saving throw. Let me check. So it's DC 17 strength. Ooh, just barely.
Okay, I fall down. Yeah.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Let's see. I'm charm, deafen, exhausted, frightened, and stunned.
Oh, and Celia,
that's my turn.
I think what we should do is we should have you haste me, and I will just beat the hell out of this guy while he's silenced. Because I have like a bunch of attacks, and haste will like increase that.
Sorry, I should what?
Haste. And I'll just go in, because I think our only chance...
Like, I can't cast haste.
You can. The timepiece.
No. I can cast Expeditious Retreat.
No, you have the timepiece.
Oh shit, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it, but yeah.
Okay.
I will actually just be the Hydra. you have fully replaced the shaman now. Like, congratulations.
Great, thanks.
Okay, this is going to be really awkward, but Seropi's going to walk up to you, Zerial. And she's going to touch you and say, "Trust me."
Alright, fuck it.
Okay. Excellent. You feel yourself entering into a state of rage.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's what she does. Adius is kind of screwed because he can't do spells, but he does have a couple other tricks up his sleeve. So from here, let's see, he's going to poison breath everyone he can. Let's see. Yep, and that is everyone who's not named Okaso. So I need everyone who's not named Okaso, including Tis, to make a con saving throw. The DC on this is 20.
Oh my god.
I'm going to use Indomitable. Let's reroll, please. Oh, wait, it's Poison Breath? Do I get advantage because of...
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that works.
20. So it's an 20, so you're good. Lyra, still waiting on you.
Pardon? Sorry, my thing cut out.
Yeah, con save.
Oh, okay.
I just realized I'm basically every D&D monster in the monster manual. Because of poison.
Okay. Okay, everyone but Zerial. It's going to take 35 poison damage.
35! I hate this one.
And you are currently poisoned. Zerial, on the other hand, you take 17 poison damage, but aren't poisoned.
Yay!
And bad news for you guys. Let's take you off that. Oh no. He has all these thralls. Okaso, you're the only one who's in a position to get attacked by these, but we are going to attack you a lot. Okay. You're in a position to get attacked by 2 of them. And they have 3 slam attacks and consume energy. Cool. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. That's 20, a 28, and a 17 to hit, Okaso?
20, 28, and 17. Only the 17 doesn't hit.
Okay, so that'll be 2d8 plus 4. 20 points of slam damage. That'll be half to 10, and then 4, and then 22, half to 11, and then a con save, which I'm sure you'll succeed. That is a success. Second one attacks 23, 9, and 15. I assume just 1 hits.
Yes, yeah.
That'll be 10 damage, half to 5.
Okay.
As these thralls come out of the woodwork, I rolled a 1 on them for their initiative, but nonetheless they come out of the woodwork. Celia, you're up.
I am assuming that eating mushrooms is a bonus action, just like having a health potion. Okay, can I scoff 5 at once?
Yes.
Or does it have to be 1 at... Okay, cool. I'm scoffing all 5 2d10 temporary hit points mushrooms that I have.
Okay.
At once.
It's not how it's supposed to work, but I don't care. I like it.
I'm just imagining like Celia on the field, just like eating as fast as she possibly can.
Yeah.
What's 18 times 5?
A lot. Jesus.
90.
Yeah, 90.
Nice.
Thank you.
90. Cool. Okay, thank you.
Just a heads up, if I am buffed in the way that I think I am, I think we could actually win this in 1 turn, because if you end up casting haste on me, if I have any damage buff from Seropi, and I use action surge as well as a fuck ton of my attacks, then quite literally I will be attacking a billion times and dealing a fuck ton of damage.
Well, we'll find out. Depends on what she does.
Okay.
That's up to you, but...
Yeah, I'm gonna just trust Zero, which is probably the worst idea. And I'm going to mess with the timepiece and see if I can cast haste on him.
Absolutely. 0. Haste is cast upon you.
Oh, God. Alright, now watch me miss every single one of these 12 billion attacks.
So, that's your whole turn, right, Celia? Bonus action and action. No movement.
Yeah.
Okay. You are...
Oh, hang on. Sorry. No, I've used my bonus action. Never mind.
Okay. 0, it is your turn. First things first. Soropi's spell does 6 points of necrotic damage to you.
Yeah.
In exchange for you having a +2 bonus to all attack and damage rolls.
Oh, God. Okay, so this is going to be... I'm going to actually see if I can... Well... Alright, we'll just have to keep that in mind as we do this, because holy hell, this is going to be a lot of attacks. Yeah.
You know what I'll do? I'm just going to lower his AC by 2. And then if I hit, I'll give him +2 damage. Okay.
Perfect. You are a brilliant, brilliant man. No I am going to... I'm going to action surge and then use the arcane charge aspect of it in order to pop up right on his ass.
Okay.
So, and then I am going to attack quite a few times. So let's just figure this out for a second.
Tis is going to make an attack of opportunity at you.
Well, I'm teleporting. Does that still work?
Oh, yes. No, you're right. You're good.
But anyways, so that is 3 standard attacks with my Shadow Blade.
Yes.
Then 2. I'm gonna open up. We're gonna have to open up Notepad here. Like this is where this ridiculousness is going. All right, so we 3 Shadow Blade.
Okay.
2 Rapier.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I will be casting a bonus action. Let's see. Hex is definitely the play here.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's a D6 for every single time that I attack.
For every time you hit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 Shadow Blade, 2 Rapier. This is doubled because of Action Surge, which means that is going to be another 3.
And another 2.
And then what is Haste? Is that another 3 and another 2, or another 6 and another 4?
No. Haste is an extra attack.
Okay, so just 1.
Yeah. The action we used to take an attack. Yeah. One weapon attack only. Yes. But it's doubled because of your action surge. So actually, it's before the action surge happens after the haste. So if you've got 3 plus 2, then it's actually going to be 4 plus 2. So it'll be 6 times 2. So it'll be 12. 12 attacks.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait. 3, 6.
I gotta imagine the bug arms are going to work there.
Okay, so 12. All right, and then I'll make sure I'll use those with Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Instead of the
That'll be 8 Shadow Blade attacks and 4 Rapier attacks. And just for the record, what stat of Adius's are you axing?
Whatever is most useful, you decide.
Strength is usually most useful in case someone wants to grapple him, like an unconscious.
We'll do it. Strength.
Okay.
And yeah, so I will cast Hex. Let's make some very, very interesting attacks. So let's make 8 Booming Blade attacks.
Okay.
Is it working? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, why is it not?
These are all damages.
Yeah, but
Booming
I'm
Blade is only damage. You have to roll the
hit. I'm sorry. I'm actually just brain damage. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Those are 8
let me check his AC for 1 second. AC is. You know what? I have to cast shield. I don't have a choice, right? I have to.
Oh, absolutely.
So that bumps me up to 24, but then you have a +2 on these, so I'll cut that down to a -2, so that'll be 22. So how many above a 22 do you have?
Wait, can you take a reaction? No,
2,
that's a
3,
reaction.
4, 5, 6. So that's 6 above 22. Okay. So 6 hits so far.
And quick question. Can you take a reaction to the other reaction as long as it's a spell?
No, you can only have 1 reaction per turn.
Wait, no. Yeah. But what I'm saying is my reaction reset just now, right?
Why do you get a reaction reset?
Oh, because it's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's my turn. Yeah. So because his stuff is a spell, during my turn, can I take a reaction to make the attack?
Oh yeah, you can take a reaction during your turn. Yes.
Okay. So that is going to add 1 extra attack due to the reaction, unless it's doubled with haste, but I don't know if it is. Okay.
No, it isn't. But
so yeah, fuck it. Let's add another attack into here. So that's 7 attacks that we've currently made that hit. Now let's make our 4 rapier attacks.
Miss.
Oh wait, these are.
Hit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Miss. Hit. Miss. So 1 more hit. So that's.
All right. 1 rapier.
That's 8 normal hits and 1 crit is what I have so far. Was that? And that's your turn.
Yeah, and it is 1 rapier, so we'll do that.
Okay.
And
4,
then
8.
Shadow Blade, Shadow Blade, Shadow Blade, Shadow Blade, Shadow Blade. 1, 2, 3.
Count 52
5,
there.
6,
7.
65.
And then an extra 1 because of the crit.
Okay. And then let's see.
Counted
then
81.
on top of that, those are 8. Yeah, 8 instances of hex as well.
So 8d6.
All right, cool. Let's see. This is ridiculous that I cannot thank you enough.
I know.
8d6
For another 28.
28 damage.
And then we have 9 hits total, right? So plus another 18 damage from the rage bonus.
Oh boy. All right. So yeah, whatever that total is, that's a thing.
Okay, so let's see. Oh my god, doing the math now. 8, 22, 32, 42, 44, 54, 60, 73. 73 plus 9 is 82, 89. 89 plus 28 would be 109, 117 plus 18, 125, 135 damage. Do I have that right?
You know, that don't sound wrong.
That is ridiculous.
Yes, that was the definition of a spike. Gotta love a good spike turn.
And, I think that's the end of my turn.
That is horrifying.
Well, I'm gonna use a reaction.
I feel physically ill after all of those rolls. Like,
oh my god, I rolled a 1 and a 2. 80 is
Brilliant.
so screwed. Cool. Awesome. I need to do something really impactful if I'm going to stay in this fight. So I'm going to kick out the jams here. Awesome. Tis is going to attack Zerial. That's a 26 and a 19 to hit, respectively.
all right, 26 does that.
Okay, so we're going to start with 23, and then I am going to...
I have 1 HP.
Spend another spell slot to increase that by 3d8.
I am down.
Okay.
Holy... Oh, no.
Zero goes down. Spells that are cast upon Zero are... The Zero casts, sorry, are off. And that's only my first attack. Awesome.
I did what I could, but honestly, I would say that's a good bit, right? Like, I don't think there's any, like, contest to the fact that I did not just blow my entire load.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, well, if my first hit hit you, then my second hit hits Seropi. So,
that is unfortunate.
21 to Seropi, plus, and I'll spend another spell slot. 1435, that is, to Seropi. Seropi is bloodied. Lyra, that makes it your turn.
Right. Well, I am sort of close to death, to be honest. I think I need to just use my turn to take greater healing potion.
It's a bonus action to do so. Still have your action.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be 8d4 plus 8, is that right, Greeter? Yeah, 8d4 plus 8. Do you want me to roll it?
I trust that.
Perfect. 29. Nice.
That is the bonus action, so I will just... I'll use another one of those hours and try and get him.
Okay,
Again.
take that shot.
It's cost.
26, solid hit.
Actually, a roll.
An actual time. Wow.
You know, 8 damage. Not nothing. Every bit counts.
Yeah.
He's bloodied.
Can I add sneak attack onto that in any way?
You weren't hidden. You didn't aim. And no one's in melee. So I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
That kind of screws you. Sorry.
That's fine.
If Zero hadn't died yet, then the answer would be yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okaso.
A lot has happened since my last turn.
Yes.
So much.
So many
That's fair to say.
And you're surrounded.
I am surrounded. So behind us is just sheer rock face. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it like crazy high though. I would say like 15 feet.
Climbable with effort. Okay. So if I leave this space, I'm taking just 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, they only get one. You only get one reaction shot. You don't get all of them. So.
Okay. I'm gonna run. 20 feet. next to Zerial, so I'll take those 2 attacks of opportunity. I think the silence field may not follow me because the spell says a point and it doesn't specify an object anywhere, so that's yeah.
Okay. I will detach that from you, but first I'm gonna roll to hit you, and then I'll work on detaching.
Okay.
What am I? Roll 1d0? No.
Nice. The damage.
23 and a 25.
Oh yeah, those both solidly hit.
Okay. It's a 9 and an 8, so those are both 4 for you. And I will detach this from you. You are... There you go. And I'll put in... You can keep having your turn. I'm just gonna...
Okay. Then I am picking Zerial up and taking him... I have 8.
Yeah, you're taking me all the way home, tucking me into bed.
Effectively, yeah.
That's what you can do with 80 feet of move speed.
I'm just gonna use my natural movement. Oh wait, no, it's halved. Okay.
Yeah, your speed is halved.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I'll spend 1 more key point to use Step of the Wind, and move the remaining 80 feet, but with Zerial, so 4. And I'm gonna move him to this.
Okay.
Put myself there right when I. Okay.
Excellent. And you took damage, so your rage doesn't drop.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Where do you want to deposit 0?
What?
Is that right?
Sorry, it glitched out for me. I didn't hear about.
Okay.
You're away from.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we pulled you away. 20. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That's my bonus action in the dash. My did I spend my action at all?
Not yet.
Oh wow. I don't have any potions on me. Does Zerial have potions on him? Can I give him one as an action, or would including looking for it be?
No, you can give it to him as an action. If Zero has one on him, you can give him a potion.
Okay, Zerial, do you have one on?
I have 1 greater healing potion, which is now 0.
Yep. Give him. So you give him a greater healing potion. If you want to roll 84 plus 8. Someone.
Yeah. And good luck determining it from all the other random potions I have.
Oh god.
Oh my god, imagine if you gave him the wrong one.
Imagine if you give him an invisibility potion and then you can't see him anymore. Sorry.
Oh, am I rolling that?
Yeah, why don't you roll it?
Okay,
It's just an invisible corpse
Marcus,
on the
why
floor.
don't you roll for Akaso to give it to 0? 84 plus 8.
Oh, 8d4.
25 hit points to 0. 0, you are come to consciousness.
Funnier than.
Bye.
Oh, and that's my turn, I think.
Okay. Oh my god. I'm gonna do this to Okaso right now and right here. So that's my turn. You are the one who silenced me, so you are the problem.
Wait, is that Adius?
Yeah.
He's still in 20 feet of... Because I was between the...
Yeah, and he moves out. It's his turn.
I forgot about moving.
Yes. And I'm gonna point at you. And I'm gonna cast Finger of Death. So I need a con save. There's a part of me that just hopes this kills you for the sake of pulling this off for once in a game. 63 points of damage. Con save for you.
Oh my god.
Was that you?
Not halved or anything. Oh god.
You rolled 14?
I rolled a 7.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. 63 points of necrotic damage to you.
That takes me below 0. What happens?
What?
Okay.
No!
So, immediately dies and gets resummoned as a zombie on my team.
Wait.
Oh,
wait, no, I don't have a reaction, so I can't counterspell.
Oh, wait. Would this be covered under...
I can counterspell.
Yeah, but there you go.
Well, but also...
I'm gonna...
I
Can
have
I
danger
still
sense
counterspell, or is it too late?
No,
No,
you
never
don't.
mind.
The interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna say I recognize that spell.
Yeah. How many cat people have you killed with Finger of Death, Matthew? Like, we need to have a talk.
Wait, I used Disintegrate on Mochi, okay?
Sure, but I'm seeing a theme.
Okay, I'm casting it at level 7 using a level 5 spell slot and hit points and blood magic.
Oh, so you're auto casting it at level 7. You're not going to roll for it?
Yeah, I'm auto casting it at level 7 because I know what level that is because I have it.
Damn it!
I literally owe you my life. My cat man's life.
Oh, I was hoping that you would risk and roll for it and then succeed, and then I could swap out your die. But no. Okay, also, instead, you succeed the saving throw. And from that perspective, you take no damage. I believe, right? Because it's not... oh no, half as much. So you take 31 points of damage.
Just like feel of death, like brush.
Yeah, I think she feels literally like her own body start to become a zombie and then stop.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry, you take no damage. It was counterspelled. It doesn't change your saving throw. My bad.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
You're fine. You're fine.
I need all of those.
Yes, I take it all back. You take no damage. Sorry for I'm just moving too fast and I forgot.
There's a lot happening.
Yes. Okay, that's Adius's turn. That makes it Seropi's turn. Seropi's gonna try and flee from Tis, and Tis is going to kill Seropi. 26.
Oh my god.
What do you want to use your reaction to do? Oh, you already used the cast counterspell.
I already used it, yeah.
Cool. And let's add... That puts that at 40. Seropi goes down.
Oh my god.
So...
And, yeah, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Our monsters are going to come in. Lyra, you're being attacked. A 13, a 27, and an 11 to hit you. Lyra?
Yeah, the 27 hits. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay. So that'll be 12 points of damage to you, and against you, Celia. Uh, 16, a 20, and a 16.
Just the 20 hits.
Okay.
Got a new spell custom made for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That'll be 17 damage to Celia.
Oh, that's good.
And Adius, I think, will shout and taunt, "Give up now!" And Celia, I'm gonna make that your turn.
Okay, looking at Adius, does he look a bit unhealthy?
Does he look a bit unhealthy? Yes, he does. He looks like someone stabbed him like 100 times in a 6-second period. Sorry.
Does he look like he's like near death?
I don't know. I'll throw an insight check.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, holy shit! I'm General Grievous.
Yep.
Yo,
Oh shit.
Really
that's
tough.
badass.
I
That was
rolled a
pretty
1.
He is definitely bloodied.
Cool beans. I don't really know what that means.
Half.
Bad. Half
Half.
elf. Right. Cool.
He's a little guy.
I am
He's...
too stressed about Seropi to bother with him right now. So I'm gonna cast Hemantic Seal on Seropi with 5 bottles of blood, which gives her 50 hit points.
Nice. Popping her back up to consciousness at 50. No problem.
And I'm gonna yell sorry at her because I did not mean to let her die.
It's okay. We're all part of this. We can do it.
We can do it. Yeah. I'm gonna use my floating shield that I keep forgetting that I own. I can speak its command word as a bonus action and cause it to animate, and it gives me +2 to AC.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do that.
Good call. Cool. I'm gonna use a legendary action now that I'm not inside this thing. Actually, I'm gonna use 2 legendary actions to cast the spell, because I can do that. Oh man, how awful am I? Let's do this thing.
On silence, or?
I'm not in the silence cone anymore, dude. I moved.
Oh yeah, but like I thought you meant to dispel that.
No, but fun fact: it is actually Emily's turn right now, which means that her reaction reset.
That is true. That is very true. Okay. Let's do this thing. I'm just not. I don't think 80. I think 80 is like underestimates Serope deeply because he thinks of her as being pathetic. I think Lyra hasn't done enough damage to him, so I think he just sees the other side of the board as much more threatening. So Okaso, Zuriel, and Celia. That's who it's going to be. So Okaso first. This is a Dex saving throw. You have danger sense. It does apply. So yes. So Okaso, Zuriel, and Celia. I need Dex saving throws from the 3 of you. 21 is a success, so that'll be half damage for you. 7 is a failure. 13 is a failure. As I cast a spell, lightning arcs from my fingers. Okaso, that's a success, so you're going to take 18 lightning damage. Zuriel, a failure for 36, and Celia, a failure for 36.
Brilliant.
Zuriel, are you down again?
I do believe I am.
God's sake, Zuriel.
Then, Zuriel, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Oh boy. Alright. Watch this. Nat 20. That was not a nat 20. That is 1 failure.
Tis comes forward to attack Celia.
Okay.
20 to hit Celia.
No. Ha.
Oh, the shield.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah.
23 piercing. And, 28 radiant.
Ow. One reaction. Here we go. I'm gonna cast Bloody Ward using the blood I have in my bag.
Okay.
Blood I have in my bag. And I'm gonna give myself 30 using 6 bottles. Okay.
Sounds good to me. Having that damage, pretty effective. And that's Tiss's turn. Lyra.
Oh dear. We didn't attune to the things we were given, did we?
You probably have. It's been a week. Remember, you missed a session, so you probably.
Oh right, okay. It's fine. I will still attack the creature that's next to me because I think it's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Right. Come on.
19 solidly hits. 11 piercing damage. Anything you can add to that? And way to add anything to that?
I don't think I can add.
If you're not gonna move on your turn and you don't have another use for your bonus action, you can always aim as your bonus action, which gives you advantage on the attack and allows sneak attack. So if you're not planning on moving, then there's like no harm in aiming, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So you might as well aim and then add sneak attack.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for the next one.
You can if you're not moving. Oh. If you want to move, though, if you obviously.
Yeah, I'll do it now then.
Yeah, add that sneak attack.
The 8d8. Oh my god.
8d6. Yeah. 29 more damage. Okay. Yeah, that knocks this guy out.
Awesome.
Your sneak attack is actually like basically the same amount of attacks that I had to do with like hasted and blood boiled and rushed.
It's
like...
a fireball every attack. Every attack has a fireball attached to it. Nice. That's yeah, so you take out a guy. Technically you took him out in one hit. They had 40 hit points and you did 40 damage. Awesome. Is that your whole turn, Lyra?
Yes.
Okay. Okaso.
Okay. I'm going to move up to 80.
Okay.
Oh, I've got Zuriel next to me.
Oh, you're fine. Just leave.
You don't have a potion, and I definitely don't.
Yeah, no, you're good. Like,
okay.
Just go for it. Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I assume that'll get us out of this. I'm gonna move 35 to here next to Idius, and then I'm going to whip him.
Okay.
Okay, I have one of my maneuvers is grappling strike. I can grapple right after I hit somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a weapon attack now, but if I whipped him and then I use that to grapple him, would I necessarily still be needing to hold the...
No.
Okay. So I'd like to do
that. Like with a whip specifically, I could see that. Like you whip and tie him up. You know, you grapple his hands or whatever.
And like bring him to me. Okay. All right. So yeah.
That hits. Nothing I can do.
Damage.
12.
I grapple him as a bonus action. And I add the die to the damage if I'm not mistaken. I will check really quick. Oh yes.
It's
okay.
On my part though, yes.
Okay. Let's see here.
The die to the damage is either way, but yeah.
Okay, so 6 more force. I don't know. Weapon damage. And then okay, so I still have my other attack, right, as a multi-attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so having partially let go of the whip, or actually I guess just let go of it, I'm going to inject my claws and just jab him in the kidney. Like put my thumb right, yeah, right. That's 20 to hit.
That hits.
15 slashing.
That's 7, not plus. You don't get the crit.
Oh, okay. And then I'm gonna expend my action.
Okay.
And then do that 2 more times.
Monsters. Do it. 14. That's a. Oh, sorry. That is a crit. You do get. Oh no, I'm not restrained. I'm just grappled. Yeah. So 14 misses.
Okay.
Second.
Oh wait. Okay. Yeah. 14 misses. 13 also certainly misses. That is because I used my bonus action. That's it.
Okay. Well, that makes it my turn. Again.
Oh, I had movement to spend. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I have 20 feet left. I'd like to just move him back into the silence.
You wanna move him back into the silence?
Yeah, because I have 20 feet left and he's 10 feet away from it. He's less than that actually.
Yeah.
Well,
it's still moving to move someone else.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'll be a contested strength roll to get him in.
Sure.
And I am not hexed anymore, so.
Oh, that's right.
But I'm still a tiny goblin wizard. You know, my strength is good for a goblin wizard. That's different than for a barbarian who's trying to drag me into a cone of silence. I get a 15.
Oh, strength or athletics?
Athletics will work.
Okay.
I am pulled into the cone of silence. I am annoyed by this. I will provoke an attack of opportunity as I leave the cone of silence.
You're grappled though. Isn't
but
that
I'm not
like?
restrained. I can move.
Oh, you can leave. Isn't it a strength check to escape a grapple? Or in athletics or dexterity?
My becomes 0. Oh, but you're not holding the whip.
Right.
So if the whip's what's grappling me, then like how am I really grappled realistically?
Okay, wait. If I knew that, I would have not let go of the whip.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like.
I mean, it's a grapple that can be broken by the same thing that you test to get into it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. I will accept this. No, you know what? I won't accept this. Your attempt to drag me into the cone of silence, I reject. by forcing you to roll a 1.
Okay, on the athletics?
Yes.
So I don't grapple you and we don't move.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just next.
So my automatic failure is gone, and I will now try one more time to kill someone. What's my best bet here? God, this is such a bad spell, but I can't. But I think I probably am going to do it because I'm an evil person.
Curiosity.
You just beat my athletics too, even with a 1.
Mm-hmm.
If I had,
Well, because it's matched, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
hilarious.
That's why I had to use my 1 rather than my 4.
It's 1 over, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna force everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as I cast a powerful spell. If anyone wants to do anything about that, Celia.
I can't. I've used my reaction.
Excellent. Well then, dexterity saving throws from Lyra, Celia, and Okasa, and Seropi.
Semi-decent roll.
Like a fish on the ground.
Okay, Lyra, you succeed. Everyone else fails. So I'm going to do some damage. Let's just roll the damage. And let's see. Okaso, can you roll 1d8 for me? Don't get an 8. Okay, you are blinded. You take no damage, though. Celia, roll 1d8 for me.
7.
You are blinded, but you take no damage. And Lyra,
Brilliant.
can you roll 1d8 for me, and don't roll an 8.
All right, Asma, go ahead, roll the 8. We all know it's coming.
Oh, is it though?
1.
Hey, perfect. You take
the only time rolling a 1 is good.
you take 31 fire damage. That 31 damage is fire for you.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't double, it just changes.
Oh, sorry, you have a dexterity saving throw, and you succeeded, so...
I succeeded, yeah.
Yeah, and you are a rogue, so you don't even take half. You take no damage, so it doesn't matter what you roll. Never mind.
Oh,
Cool.
perfect.
I take it back entirely. I did
Oh my
no
God.
damage with that 7th level spell. I hate this spell so much. Prismatic Spray was just cast upon you all, and it did jack. Okay. Oh, Seropi, though, has to roll. Let's roll for Seropi.
What was the 8, though?
8 is get hit by 2 rays.
Oh, okay.
5. So Seropi takes 31 cold damage. Oops.
So the 31 that you rolled, that wasn't damage that we took?
It was 31. It was damage if you rolled a 1 through a 6.
Oh, okay.
But which ray hits you is randomized. Okay. Let me see. I gotta look at something quickly. Seropi is going to point at Tith. And force a roll. That Tith succeeds. And that's Seropi's turn. Okaso plus 8s to hit on these 26, 21, and crit. Okay, so that'll be a total of 8d8 plus 12. 48 points of damage.
The 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one will attack 3 times. I'm rounding a little bit, but you know, whatever. 10, 9, and 20.
20 hits.
Okay. For 11, have it to 5.
Okay.
And Celia, you're being attacked by this guy as well.
Brilliant.
28, 18, and 19.
Only the 28 hits.
20 points of damage.
That's okay. That's not
And
great. It's
that
okay.
makes it your turn, Celia.
Brilliant. How's Adius looking?
Not good.
Cool. I am going to try Power Word Bleed and really hope that he is under 250.
Can you put the spell in chat for me, please?
That would actually be really, really insane.
If I'm not mistaken, he still has 2 resistances, so we have that to deal with.
Oh god, if he resists this, I'll be really sad.
There's no save.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
and on top of that, he's okay. I guarantee you that it works, and not only does it work, I think this is like considering the fact that I dealt I think it was 130 damage.
135.
Yeah, he became bloody, right? Which means he was less than half, right? Which means he's definitely less than 250, and he is less than half, which is basically just turning this into power word kill.
So, Sully, how do you want to
Yeah.
I think I'll just dart round the cart that I'm hiding behind and just with one pointer finger point right at him, and a beam of light comes at him and he just slowly starts screaming as all of his wounds just open right back up at the same time.
Yeah, we see each and every cut that Zerial's Shadow Blade and Rapier stabbed into him reform. We see each stab of Okaso's claw reform. We see each arrow of Lyra's shortbow dig right back into him, even though the arrows are long since out of his body. We see every spell that Celia cast turn into him. And we watch as he screams and dies. And 1 second, please. Zerial, can you roll a death save for me?
Oh boy. Alright. Please don't be an at one, because that's alright, cool. Not bad. Success.
Celia, how are you feeling in this moment?
Mixed, because I didn't trust this guy at one point, and he was the reason I took up blood magic in the first place, so to use it to kill him just seems really I don't know, meaningful for some reason. But also just glad because he's completely out of Soropi's hair now.
As you're staring at Adius and feeling the victory, a spear cuts right through you, and you take 50 points of damage.
Me?
As Tis stabs you right from behind.
It's a good thing that I used that spell, that bloody ward, because otherwise I'd be dead.
Okay. Lyra. Everything on the field is dead, but Tis is still attacking.
Pardon?
Should we try to charm him?
Sure.
I'll cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh wait, no. You can't. Paladin. Right?
Oh,
Is that a thing?
He's a paladin.
I don't know.
I'll be giving myself a +4 bonus, but that's about it that I can think of.
Yep.
Or what's the save?
Is it it's a wisdom save? Yeah.
Oh, -4, I think, for a save.
So that'll be +8. So if he rolls below a 7, or if I roll below a 7, that is a failure. I am charmed. Either way, I only get a 12 against your spell save of DC of 15.
Awesome. Now, what do we want to do with him now? He's charmed.
That'll end combat. Tis is currently charmed. You guys have a minute.
I have an idea, but I need to be up and awake for it.
Celia, do you want to heal Zero?
Yeah, I've got a spare 44 healing potion.
You want to roll that? Eight hit points. Sorry, 12 hit points to you, 0.
There's just enough. I am going to walk over to Adius's body and open the jar.
And as you do, Adius's spirit is sucked out of his body. You see it forcibly removed, the jar acting like a vortex, pulling it in. And as you see that happen, you see bits and pieces of his magic, this dark red, this thick color of blood. You see it being pulled out of the creatures around him immediately, these blood thralls. You see it being pulled out of Serope. You see a small piece of it come out of Celia. And you watch as Tis, stuck in a hypnotic pattern, suddenly has this mist, this red mist around him, just be pulled out of him. You watch as Tis sort of absorbs their breath and releases it, and with every breath that they release, a little bit of magic, raw magic, the color of blood, is drawn towards the jar. Some more of this magic appears from other places, some seeming to have come from a long way away, other spells that he may have left, and all being sucked away with his power. And that's where we're going to end today's session. We went a little overtime, guys, so I'm going to post experience points in the chat rather than do it on stream. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Go live good and happy lives. Please take care of yourselves. And next week we'll deal with a little bit of the fallout and how Tis feels about all of this. Thank you all. And as always, don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom.